Getting ready to have me a good lunch. I got some of my meatballs. These are half pork and half beef, and they have like some onion powder, garlic powder, some dehydrated onions in them. They're just really good. I like to make a bunch of these at a time, like 5 pounds worth, and then I put the extra ones in a bag in a freezer and use them over time. But I made these last night. And I have some eggs. These eggs came from my friend at work that sells them, has backyard chickens, so they're gonna be really good. I got a little cheese on there. This is spaghetti squash with just butter and salt. There's no toppings on it. So I'm getting ready to have me a good lunch. Good stuff. All right, folks. So you might be wondering, like, I thought you said you were only eating one meal a day and you were skipping breakfast and lunch and having dinner. And yeah, that's what I have been doing. But I'll tell you, what I'm finding out is I don't have much of a problem skipping breakfast. I'm not really hungry in the mornings, right? I have some coffee with a little heavy whipping cream. Once in a while, I have a hard-boiled egg or a couple pieces of bacon, but not that often. And I don't have any trouble skipping lunch. I start getting hungry in the later afternoon, and by 3 o'clock, I'm just like, man, I'm hungry. You know, I mean, I'm not like angry hungry like I used to be. I can still wait till I get home. It's not a great big deal. But I'm like, I'm hungry now. My body's telling me you want some food. But then by the time I get home at 5:30, you know, I'm cooking up a bunch of chuck roast and bacon grease, and I am chowing down like big time. And then I kind of get hungry for a snack all night long, so I'm having a piece of cheese or you know, this kind of stuff. What I've found is if I skip breakfast and I take my lunch a little bit later, and I have a bigger lunch, not a great big lunch, not 5 pounds of chuck roast, but a nice sized lunch rather than a little tiny one when I used to eat lunch, then I'm not hungry when I first get home. I'm still kind of feel the food in my belly, you know, and I don't get hungry till like 6 or 7 o'clock, and then I just eat a small little meal. I just a couple little pieces of chuck roast fried up, or you know, just a little tiny meal, and I'm not hungry the rest of the day. I'm not crazy wanting to snack. So I think that's what's working for me. I eat a smaller meal, and guess what? I sleep better. I feel better the next morning without any food on my belly. I'm empty, comfortably empty when I fall asleep and go to bed. I'm not hungry, but there's no food left in my belly, and I sleep great. And I really am not hungry when I get up the next morning. And my main meal is at lunch, and then a light meal in the evening. Seems like that's working perfectly for me. I've done some reading, and that's the way people really used to eat. Either a really large breakfast, but usually a semi-large breakfast. You know, like not a great big breakfast, but they have a little breakfast. They go out and work in the fields. They come in around 1 or 2 o'clock. They would eat their biggest main meal in the middle of the day. And then later in the evening, after it started to get dark, they'd come back in and have a little something to eat and then go to bed. So that's what I'm trying. And I think it's working. My 2X shirts are really loose now. And I'm down to a size 38 pants. And a month ago, I was not able to really fit in those comfortably. I could fit in them, but they were really tight. Now they fit comfortable. Although the scale is not really moving. I'm sorry, my cat's over here wagging her tail in front of the phone. But that's what I'm doing to try to get the rest of the belly fat off. And I feel great. I wish I had a longer lunch hour, because I'd love to go take a walk around the block right now. I mean, it's really helping my energy levels, which were, you know, the blood pressure medicine I'm on really zaps my energy. It makes me tired. It makes me cranky. It makes my muscles stiff and weak. And when I walk a lot, they start feeling like jello. And I get lightheaded and dizzy from it. I'm on 7 blood pressure medicines currently. I was on 9. They've taken me off of 2 of them now. But it's kind of like 3 times a day I have to do my penance and take my blood pressure medicine and go through a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours of feeling like crap. So I eat my lunch. Then when I get back to work, I take my afternoon meds. And then before bed, I take my nighttime meds. And then I have to take the ones in the morning. And I just get up as early as possible and take those, because then I have hopefully a couple hours before I have to start going to work, and I'll feel a little better by then. But my blood pressure is staying below 160, so that's where my cardiologist wants it for right now. And we're just going to go from there and see what happens. That's on average. Sometimes it gets a little higher. I mean, my highest reading was 205 and my lowest reading was like 114 or something. So, it varies, but it's mostly staying in 150s, 160s. So that's good enough. That's out of stroke zone. They don't want it that high forever, but they want to just give it time. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, I got to get back to work, so I'll talk to you all later. This is Tom, your Frugal Prepper.